Hello there, today we're going to be showing you how to make these frozen watermelon treats for your pup. So obviously the recipe changes depending on the quantity you want. So first of all, make sure you have your recipe. If not, that's okay as well. The other things you will be needing is a good knife. We recommend a smooth one, not a jagged one like we have. Plain Greek yogurt is another thing you must have. Next thing would be a watermelon. Just make sure it's seedless. Depending on how many treats you're making, the size may vary, but it's very important that those black seeds aren't there. Then we're going to use some organic honey. You can use regular honey as well, but we strongly recommend organic honey, especially if your dog is diabetic. Something to look out for because it could cause health complications. And then we're going to use these silicone molds. They're Halloween themed because when we were filming this video, we had a Halloween event for our PALS members. So just any silicone molds, or they can even be ice trays. Next, we have a measuring cup. It doesn't really matter what size as long as you can get an estimate of what you're putting in the blender. And lastly, we'll need that blender. Pretty easy. If you don't have one, you could probably borrow it from someone. So first things first, you want to cut your watermelon in half, or however you prefer to get that watermelon exposed and ready to use. Our knife was giving us a little bit of trouble, so again, we recommend you use a smooth edged knife, not one with those jagged little teeth. After the watermelon is cut, just make sure there's no seeds. Even though you buy a seedless watermelon, it's still good to check. The seeds you want to look out for are the black ones specifically. It's fine if these other ones are in there. The black ones are the ones that are harmful to your dog. We chose to scoop it with a measuring cup, but if you want to cut it into smaller pieces manually, you can go ahead and do that, whatever you prefer. We did about 3 to 4 cups of these little scoops, and we used a half cup of a measuring cup, by the way. After you have the watermelon there, you want to add some Greek yogurt into it. We added 1.5 cups to our batch. Then after you add the Greek yogurt, you want to add 2 teaspoons of honey. Again, this is just our batch, but again, just make sure the amount you put makes sense to your batch. You always want to use a lesser quantity of honey. We used the 2 teaspoons only. Then after that, you're just going to blend it until it's at a smoothie-like or complete liquid consistency. Then you can pour it directly from the blender into the mold, or if you want a little bit more control and less spillage, we recommend you use a cup. And so once they're all in the mold, you can go ahead and pop it in the freezer. After you pop it in the freezer, you're going to wait about 2 to 3 hours. And here's a picture of us giving it to one of our PALS members, Whiskey. But these frozen watermelon treats are super healthy for your dogs. They're safe, they're nice, and it's a little nice treat for them.